Well, Travis County Sheriff Sergeant nearly shot by a 17-year-old in a reportedly stolen pickup truck says she considers the punishment for that teen a slap in the face.
He received 5 years probation over prison time for that crime and for robbing another teen at gunpoint just 13 days after he was released on bond. Travis County District Attorney Jose Garza says he considers the sentence a just outcome.
Senior reporter Tony Plahetsky is here with more. Thanks for joining us this morning.
And good morning to you both. Thanks for having me this morning. It was just 2 days from Mother's Day last year when Sergeant Laura Mabry, the mother of an 11 and 15-year-old sons, had this encounter on RM 620 in Steiner Ranch. She said she believes her assailant could have gone to prison for at least a year or two, but instead the only time he's going to spend behind bars is for a 90-day intervention program. Now, Sergeant Mabry approached that pickup truck, and that's when authorities say Graham Freeman pressed the gas, the accelerator, as the two got into a struggle. Moments later, the truck crashed into a tree. Video shows and the arrest affidavit says that's when he pulled out a gun, and that gun fired, hitting him in the leg, but missing Sergeant Mabry.
I felt that my life, for lack of a better term, like the monetary value placed on my life was so little.
Freeman spent 49 days in jail before he was released on bond. Less than 2 weeks later, authorities say he pointed a gun at another teen and stole his phone and his shoes in that encounter. DA Jose Garza says he believes that Freeman's sentence is in the best interest of community safety, and that once he completes that 90-day intervention program, he must stay in school or work full-time, he must get his GED, and perhaps most importantly, according to prosecutors, he must not have any firearms.
All right, you know, Tony, this really does highlight the debate going on right now in Austin about DA Garza's approach and then also prison versus intervention, doesn't it?
And what we know is that the district attorney, consistent with his 6 years in office, has relied on intervention programs for many offenders. Now, he will also tell you that it is true that his office routinely sends violent offenders to prison, but they also try to look to see whether or not there is behavioral programs that people could be enrolled in, substance abuse programs, and of course, mental health counseling. That is part of his campaign platform that he was twice elected on. But as you can see, when it comes to victims in the community, many people don't understand that or maybe don't have an appreciation in the same way that prosecutors do.
And Tony, what do experts outside of the local criminal justice system say about this?
Yeah, so if you take this outside of Travis County and talk to people who study these types of issues, there are certainly more conservative prosecutors who will say, listen, when you were looking at the sentence for someone, you should consider, for example, whether or not they reoffended quickly once they were released on bond, or whether or not they committed a crime against law enforcement. Yet at the same time, other experts will tell you that sending offenders to prison, particularly younger offenders, does not set them up for success. And very often they say that these offenders may serve only minimal amounts of prison time. And then studies, they say, show that once they get out, they are more likely to offend, carrying on a vicious cycle. So it really is an interesting debate that is playing out right here in Travis County.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.